And we are live. Fellas, happy Monday. It's good to be back again. Everybody
Another
that
one.
it's another one, right? It's another one again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just so people, if you're watching right now and you're wondering why Malo has that devious smile on his face, is he said he's not coming out in the second quarter shooting the ball. So in other words,
see how the first quarter go.
he, he, he said
Y'all remember that game where Kobe came out in the second half and they shoot a shot? I don't really remember it, but it happened. So we'll see how that go. Did they win that game?
we shoulder shrugged us today. Hey, so it's the new year. It's 2022, and for people that are watching this, we tell jokes, we do pranks. Well, we haven't done the pranks yet. We silly, just so that people that are watching, so you may look at it and watch us and be like, "Man, that's horrible," but this is what we do all the time. So, Balos is another one of his moments right now. So when when he decides that he wants to talk again, we're here to welcome him back.
Right. Yo, y'all seen that watch those videos called dad jokes?
Nah, what's that?
Man, y'all gotta check that out. Those things are like the corniest things in the world, but I like corny stuff, so it's hilarious to me. But the whole with Bilal, kind of being silent right now, it kind of reminds me of that. The goal is for the other person, you're sitting across somebody, you tell them a joke, right? And then you try to get the other person to laugh one way or another.
Himself. Can you see this?
So since we're talking about the new year and goals, though, right?
Yeah.
One of Bilal's goals was to speak less. So he's practicing right now. You know what I mean? 2021. Bringing it first show in 2021. Setting the stage.
Set the stage. So Ike, man, you're getting ready to go on a trip, and Bilal, we're gonna get back to you because at some point you do get paid. So you got to say something, Kobe.
It's not much because we ain't got sponsors yet. But
we ain't got sponsors yet. So man, you get ready for a big trip, bro. Like I know there's some mixed feelings with that, man. But how you feeling about going, man, to the island, bro?
Man, I am super excited to get out there and get away from all this white stuff on the ground. It's been cold. It's brick here, in Rochester, New York in general. So I'm just excited to get over there, and mostly because I'm really really missing my family. I mean, I'm on like day 9, since I left them down in New York City. So I'm really just kind of really excited to get down there and see them. It's kind of bittersweet today because today is January 3rd. It is my second born's birthday. So
happy birthday.
Yeah. So happy birthday to Ava. Love you. Wish I could be there with you right now, but I'll see you soon, Lord willing. This whole COVID thing is really crazy, and it's trying to prevent a lot of things from happening. Obviously, I'm trying to get down there, and if you haven't traveled internationally lately, you would, or if you have traveled internationally lately, you would know that certain countries require different guidelines. One of the ones that Grenada requires is that you have a negative PCR test before traveling there. Of course, you can't get one before 72 hours before traveling. Wow. And right now with this surge that's going on, it takes about, everybody's saying it takes about 48 to 72 hours to get your results back. So if you didn't get there like the minute that you could possibly go, you're kind of waiting and not sure if you're actually going to be able to go on your trip. So that's really one of the positions that I find myself in right now. And, I'm just staying prayed up, staying positive that everything's going to work out and I'll be able to make it down. To
you got to time up the test with tickets that you already bought and probably won't get your money back for?
Yeah, well, I mean, I got insurance, and I think a lot of the airlines are allowing people to change their flights if it is, in fact, due to COVID-related issues right now. So, but the thing is, there was a certain date that I needed to be there because there are some things that had to happen. So, I'm praying that I can get there on the 5th.
Yeah, man. Safe travels, man. Christmas came yesterday, and I was hoping, 2 days ago. So I was hoping, man, that Christmas would have came on Christmas with the snow. But, God is in control of the weather. So it is what
Absolutely.
it is, man. So you be able to get out
What
of
you got
here.
going on, bro?
Huh?
What you got going on?
Man, well, first I want to say, before y'all shout out any January babies, I need to shout out the December baby, man.
That's right. Somebody just had a birthday.
Man. AKA the Beast, man. Y'all gotta shout me out, bro.
Yo, here you go, B. Yeah, shout out to Kareem on the 30th. Man, it was cool that your wife let us hang out with you, on your birthday.
Man. I got the best wife any man could ever ask for, man. It was a good time, man, with being with you guys. And I what I really enjoyed most, man, was just talking. That's the part I enjoyed. I enjoyed just being with other men, man, and us just having manly conversations, kind of like what we do every Monday. So that was good, man. We watched the game. The game was crazy. Purdue against Tennessee, like that game.
I was going at it.
Yeah, that was like a great exclamation point to my birthday, man. And definitely want to thank everybody that wished me happy birthday on Facebook and on the other social platforms. I want to thank everybody that sent the text, gave me a phone call, left me a voicemail. I really do appreciate it. And I don't know about y'all two, man, but every year, man, is a year to celebrate birthdays, man. I know y'all saw that Betty White, man, she passed just before the new year, like just before her birthday, man. So things and people that we know, have gone on, man. And so each birthday is important. It's definitely important for us to celebrate. So getting to the January babies, definitely want to celebrate them. We got a birthday coming up. Got a guy, man. He's on mute right now. His birthday's coming up in January. My father, his birthday's in January. Shout out to my dad, Pop Hayes.
My dean's birthday is in January.
Yep, Bruce's birthday's in January. Warum. And he's still in Ghana. For anybody that's wondering where is the fourth person that sometimes comes on the show, he's in Ghana still, and he's done a terrific job of just handing out different supplies and resources for people, for his folks down in Ghana. So he's been showing us the pictures, and it's been really cool to see him really make a big impact in those outer villages, man. So shout out to bRho.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody that took heed and listened to what he had to say when he came on the show and decided to donate to the cause. It's definitely a worthy cause. I know next time we'll have him on, we can maybe share some of those pictures and some of those images just so that you guys can see the work that that you helped contribute to. So and if you didn't get a chance to contribute to it this year, like it's an annual thing. So it's going to be coming back around near the holidays. So if you think about it and that's something that you want to contribute to, that opportunity I'm sure will be there again.
Yeah, for sure. So I know, man, you got to run in a little bit, and we wanted today, Balo said that, man, let's talk about goals. We're not going to talk about resolutions today. We're going to talk about goals. We're going to talk about like what we have written down, what are we planning to do, how we're going to strive those. And then we also want to hear from everybody that is on here. Oh, we got Shay Fonz. Is he eating? Nope, he does. All right, let me let him on. My man Shay.
Hey, good evening, bro.
What's good? What's good?
What's going on, man?
Man, life is good, man. I'm glad to be here. How y'all doing?
Hey, man, we all
doing
right.
Well, man.
Can't complain.
Happy Monday.
I'm about to say, listen, happy Monday. Everybody got the New Year R&B flow. What's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
go back to
workflow.
work like everybody else.
Hey, yo, listen, even the students was acting like they was too cool. Everybody walked in a little tired, a little, and I think everybody's been, I would say, far from rested. We tried to enjoy the break. Everybody was so excited to see families, but I just have to say it again, man. COVID is real, man. Please wear your mask. Please don't go anywhere you don't have to. Just stay out the way.
Yeah, there's definitely some it's definitely circulating. I mean, the numbers are getting a lot higher, especially in the schools. I mean, we're hearing about, students that have been returning back to school that were testing positive for COVID. And parents, please, like, if your child, you've gotten the test sent home, those students that are in the district, use the test. If your child tests positive, they have to stay home because we don't want to continue to spread this through. I have kids that are in the district right now. They're down in Grenada, but definitely want to make sure we take care of our babies. Many of them that aren't vaccinated, couldn't get vaccinated. Whatever your belief is in that, but please make sure that you're doing your part to make sure that the schools are safe.
Yeah. And if you made a good point too, bro, man. Like, if you're on the island or the continent where you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your choice. Let's just, as Shay was saying earlier, let's just make smart decisions. Like, if you don't got to be somewhere, don't be there. If you be
Right.
home, just keep your distance, wear your mask. If you don't want to wear your mask, stay home, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I can't even be PC about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? That everybody has a choice, but let's just all be smart about it, man, and think about the other person. I think this has come to a point to where we think about ourselves and what we want and what we don't want to do, but think about everybody else that's around us. There's too many stories of how people was like, "Yo, man, F it," and they're around family members, and then out of 10, 3 of them gone, all because of a decision. All right. So anyway, I'm done
F
kicking.
stands for forget.
Huh?
F stands for forget.
Oh, forget, man, forget that, man. Yeah. All of that. Yeah. So Shay, we're talking about goals today, bro, and I know this is something that you talk extensively about with your students and what you do in your business. Also, just in general, with being a barber, along with Bilal, when you're talking with people and really just bonding and getting to know them, man. So we love, man, if it's okay to put you on the spot. I mean, you always ready. We Alpha, Alpha's always
listen,
ready.
man, I'm used to this.
I was always ready, but what's your approach to goals this year, man?
My approach to goals, it's interesting that you say that, or you asked me that question. I have to shout out B because we was up 4 or 5 o'clock this morning rapping like it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Bro, you sent that text at 4 a.m. I was like, "Yo, did something happen?" Like,
yo, listen, bro, you want to know what's bad? I apologize, man. I think when I wake up, the world is up. You don't know how many times I tell people good afternoon and it be 9:30 because I wake up at 4 o'clock. So, but one of the things I shared with them is that my hashtag and my lifestyle and my focus has been intentional 22. I've been saying that, that's what we've been, celebrating to, and just understand that it's like 2021 was a good year. I feel like you have to reframe your thinking. I can think about so many positive things that happened, so much in my life that I was able to experience, but intentionality always stands out to me because when you do things on purpose, things happen on purpose. You know what I mean? If I'm living for God and I'm doing things in the right order and I'm doing them with that purpose in mind, then I'm doing them not only for, intentionality. Not only am I doing it on purpose, but I'm doing it for what I'm designed for. So intentional 22 has been like my motto, as well as album mode, man. I keep telling people I'm in album mode. Last year was different for me because I actually had to look back the year before that. So 2 years ago, I was really working out, but I wasn't dieting right. And last year was the first year I learned the science behind the diet and then taking it up a couple notches. And I started seeing results. So now this year is like I really want to shut down and just do things right. it felt good to cut out sweets for a minute. I ain't gonna lie, candy is my addiction. I listen, crackhead for the candy. I messed around and had one Twix and it went left. Yeah. I feel like just relapsed, but just
you being able. Philo wasn't on mute right now. He'd say, "I'm surprised you came on here not eating today."
Listen, I did. You already know. I had my 6 o'clock meal, so I'm good.
Hey, I wanted to touch on that intentional 22 real quick because, hey, you know what? This bro talk, this is our show. So I'm a believer. I believe in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. And my major goal this year, man, is to intentionally dive deeper into my faith and to intentionally live and walk out the principles that I say that I'm living by. So, for example, what does it mean to live by faith? Well, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And if I really want to live a life of faith, then I have to be willing to live a life to where before the thing even happens, have already said that it happens in my mind. I spoke it, and then I'm walking in it, and I'm saying and I'm acting as if it has already happened. So, for example, and this is a true story, I had a dream one time. I had keys to a house, and my wife and I we went into the house, right? So I was like, boom. Every day that I can think of it, I would just imagine myself with keys open up a house, like open up that door to my house. And I would say from when I had that to maybe like a year or two later, I fully walked that thing out. So you were talking about dieting. So that's one of the things that we were talking about earlier with our goals is that I want to intentionally live a better lifestyle. What does that mean? That means eating right. That means drinking right. And when I say drinking right, that is like cutting out the sugary drinks. I love juice. That's my nickname in high school. Cutting out coffee, drinking tea instead, because all those things have an effect on your body, right? Like I can't serve people if my body is not right. Right?
Yeah.
This is our temple. This is what God has given us, right? And so we have to take care of that thing, man. And full honesty, I have not taken care of it like I should have. I thought that, and it's funny because I think it's something that Brock said in his many isms. If you are disciplined in one thing, then you can be disciplined in everything. But the same is true for the opposite. If you're not disciplined in one thing, then you won't be disciplined in other stuff. And so, how do I bring everything together and to discipline myself in each part of my life? First part of that is being my prayer life, my time with God. Secondly, being what I consume. So it's what I watch on TV, what I'm watching on social media, what I'm reading, what I'm eating, what I'm drinking. All those things come into play. And then how are my relationships with people? My wife, first and foremost. I know people sometimes say to kids, my wife is first because she came first, and that's the one I married. I didn't marry KJ and Chloe. I love them. I married Brandy Hayes. So that's my first relationship, my earthly relationship, and then my children and so forth. So I love that, Shay, that intentional 22. Hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and adopt that if it's all right with you, man.
Listen, I want everybody to adopt it. I really want everybody to adopt it, and it's interesting. I'm glad you touched on that because that's where I was going next with that conversation. Mm-hmm. I've really had to remind myself, and I'm a person that says things out loud. I'll admit it. I talk to myself. I say things out loud because I need to hear it in real time. I tell people all the time, or I say it out loud. Is this obedience or is this discipline? Because the practice of obedience means that my heart is in the right direction when I'm doing it. And if I'm just doing it with discipline, am I disciplined in obedience, or am I just disciplined in desire?
That's two different things.
And now I have to reframe my thinking to understand that my desire should be only in His will. Hence the reason why when I pray, I don't pray for desire, I pray for will. Mm-hmm. And I understood, like, okay, there needs to be small little things that you need to change about your life that will have monumental impact, to the point where now I even have an alarm. I put my phone under my bed. I've been doing this for about 4 months now. I put my phone under my bed so that the moment that it goes off, I'm already on my knees. I'm already in prayer mode. And then I just read my daily devotion, and I say my prayer before I get up. Now, some moments I might put my phone to the side of the bed, but then even when I go to answer, I will purposely push it on the floor just because that's where I belong. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't have to put my phone down there, but it's like when you create those habits, the habits create a lifestyle.
Yeah,
And
that's
then what I
from
realize
that
is that
Atomic Habits book talks about that. Like, yeah.
I might say, and speaking of habits, it was also the leadership habit. You know, one of the things I got out of the leadership habit is a great book. Give yourself 5 minutes of doing something that you don't that you've been putting to the side or even procrastinating on, and watch the magic in 5 minutes. They give an example, and I use this physical example, and it worked. Doing the dishes. If you see the dish, you're like, man, I don't feel like doing the dishes. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Two things is gonna happen. One, when the timer go off, you're gonna be like, oh wow, that was 5 minutes, that was quick. But then the psychology behind I'm almost done is gonna keep you to keep going. I'm gonna finish these dishes. There ain't no reason to stop now. I done did most of them in 5 minutes. Let me finish them.
I'm already here, right?
Right. And it's like, so I train myself. I thought about the dishes like that. Why don't I do everything in life like that? Everything in life. I'm gonna go hard with every single thing. And that's where the diet came in. So the diet was me telling myself, if I can remain aware of what I'm doing, aware of what I'm putting in my body, aware of how I want to transform, then that will become contagious in everything that I do. Because now I'll be high on self-awareness, but low on self-orientation. I want to give back. So I'm not doing it for selfish gain. I'm doing it for, hey, you need a help? Let me help you. You know what I mean? Let's do this together. I love when people ask me questions about health because, you know, I'm a big health enthusiast, but in the same breath, I tell people all the time, I want you to be your best you. So whatever I can do to help people be their best them in that moment, that's where I'm at with it. Yo, the cameo was fire though. My man all he needed was some smoke. My man just came out like
you're like, I'm here.
Yo, he reminded me of like the old WWF wrestlers. My man just came out of nowhere, like, oh.
Yo, he came in like March on everybody's New Year resolution. Yo, yeah, everybody like right now, like if you look at social media though, like this is real. Look at social media. Everybody drinking water. Everybody meal prepping. Everybody's, showing their new gym membership out. Well, actually, just kind of showing off their stretch pants or workout shorts or whatever they rocking out in. Like this is the month for that right now. It's cold. It's chilly. Everybody's like full steam ahead right now.
Yo, it's baby season.
Eating healthy and everything. But watch your March. Watch your March roll in though. Like people gonna be like, oh, I'm going on spring break. I'm gonna take a little break.
but you want to know what our problem is? And I will admit, because we're doing this in this moment. Our problem is that we notice it. However, when have we ever tried to encourage instead of discouraging?
Yeah, like or speaking man. Back up.
So now my biggest, so I love the fact of like, be like this morning. It was like, yo, oh, I didn't even get to share the story with you, bRho. So when I had sent y'all the song, one of my good brothers, my best friend, and we walk in faith together, I had sent him a song. And what's crazy is I went through mad stuff this morning. bRho, no, I went to the gym was closed. I went to another gym, got out the car, realized I left my gym bag at home. Went back home, got my gym bag, and was like, this would be the perfect excuse to stay home. And I'm like, I ain't doing that. And I went to another gym, got to the third gym, and I was like, okay, I only got an hour compared to that, the time I really wanted. So let me just, break this down, do some cardio. But when I sent my friend the song, my best friend the song, his father sent him a text message like, hey, I got my workout in this morning. So now he was like, what, I got to get up. My boy just sent me a good gospel song. You know what I mean? My dad just told me he worked out. I got to work out. And I'm like, had I not went to the next gym, I would have never sent him the song. Had I not sent him the song, he would have never got up and worked out. So it just shows how we all need each other, even in those moments where we unconsciously don't understand the impact that we have on each other.
Yeah.
And in that same token, well, I guess I love playing devil's advocate, right? Not for any reason that I don't believe wholeheartedly what you said, because one of my New Year's resolutions is actually to spread love, right? And that includes encouragement, that includes kind of keeping people going. But if y'all know me, right? I'm sarcastic. I jump in. I'll say some random stuff on social media, just kind of off the fly. And then, but if I say, yo, in March, what happened to all the pictures you was posted in January? Right? Knowing me, ain't nobody gonna take me serious. They're gonna think I'm trying to clown, right? So,
but you are though.
You gotta have. I say that because you gotta have. Even if I got all the positive intent in the world, right? To say, I'm just checking in on you, right? You was in the gym, you was drinking water, you was meal planning, you was eating healthy. Like them taxes came in, and now you got an 85-inch TV.
Man, we didn't even talk about
with the taxes though.
Like, although I say it that way, I'm still trying to encourage you because you know me, right? But it could make somebody else, it can discourage somebody else by the way I present certain things. So I got to work on me. Like, that's one of the things for the new year is just continue to try to work on me. The other thing, in addition to me trying to encourage, be encouraging and spreading love is really focusing on me, because I have not done that in a while. Like, I've been stressed out every single day. Like, I don't share that much. But times are hard, man. Things are, things get, I get frustrated every once in a while because I'm always trying to do for other people, making sure that other people have what they need, making sure that, X, Y, and Z is running smoothly, and I neglect myself. And self-care is one of those things that, in 2022, that I'm really, truly, truly going to focus in on. And that doesn't mean going and buying $45 sneakers now, right? Taking it up a notch. but it means really just, kind of recognizing when I get to a point that, I'm about to shut down or I'm getting frustrated, that I really do something, and I take a step back and, introspect and do something for myself. Because like I said, like last few years, I really just kind of been neglecting myself, and hopefully that help me and recognize that my health is something that's important to me, as well too. For a while, Kareem and Shay was coming out, and a few other brothers, we was getting up and walking. Obviously, it was summer, it was a little warmer outside, but like you said, we got to continue to encourage each other to live a healthier lifestyle, because we're definitely not getting any younger. And, the older we get, the more our bodies really need to be upkept and in good shape. So, I'm here to encourage you, brothers. I'm still going to have the jokes. I'm still going to, have my sarcastic comments, of course. But, I'm here to encourage you guys this year.
So, because you're my man. So may I challenge you on something?
Absolutely.
Take some time.
Nope, not going to do it.
I want you to write out what that looks like, what that feels like, and if you was to see it from the outside, how would you perceive taking care of yourself?
Yep. Yeah, I started that process. I've been talking to a few people about different aspects of my life and what that might look like. So, my goal this week while I'm out of the country is to really, kind of hone in on that and put that plan together, because I know that there's some specific things that I need to do. And those things are in the works. But I'm sure there's more, right? So, there's other aspects of my life that I'm probably not even thinking about, and recognizing. So I'm definitely at the point where I'm, going to get that stuff down on paper.
Man, where has the half hour gone? We had 29 minutes. Balo, is there anything you want to say before the show is over? I know you've been chatting with folks, man. We appreciate that. We'll definitely shout the people out that we see. But any words you want to close us with? Yep, on mute. Yep. Mm-hmm.
He said, when he hit the I said, I ain't even here to inhale. It's gonna be bad.
That anticipation had everybody on pins and needles. What's he gonna say? So this is my challenge for bRho. So take us out by reading the comments on mute.
Yeah, man, listen. Somebody got to get some profiles right. He gonna add you to the list.
So, I'm gonna just do what I was asked to. Yeah, I had some, Kareem, but you know, I just killed it. So
nah, man, go, bro.
So we want to shout out everybody who watched. I saw our manager on here, so shout out to Deirdre, aka Melanated Magic. We appreciate you. Shout out to Shay's cousin, Lil Bro Mo Hagans. Appreciate you, bro. My aunt was on here, Johnny. Appreciate you.
I see Uncle Johnny, man.
Yeah. My fam was on here, Chanel Jeffries. Kareem, you went to school with her, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I ain't gonna shout out your school though. Yeah. No, we don't shout out suburban schools.
Don't know nothing about that.
Shout out to Patrick Brooks Jr. Shout out to F2 Tramp. We got folks watching from YouTube and Facebook. So you know what I mean. Shout out to being on both platforms. Shout out to Shay for coming on here tonight, and shout out to Shay for the motivation this morning. Listen, we was he and I both work out like either super early. Shout out to Chris Vicente. We see you on here, bro. Happy New Year to everybody that's watching. We both, you know, again, sometimes I'm up 2-3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? If I get up, I'm up like whatever time I get up, I start moving. You know what I mean? That's just, you know, that has been the way I try to, you know what I'm saying, you know, get myself to, you know, to a healthier place is, you know, no excuses. Just when I get up, start moving. But I'll say this. So when I got on my exercise bike this morning, you know, Shay hit, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm about to call him, you know what I mean? And just chop it up, you know. So next thing you know, man, my whole little time on the exercise bike was gone, and it didn't feel like it. So, you know what I mean? It just was, it really, you know what I'm saying, you know, motivated, encouraged me. So, you know, and the you know what I mean, the whole session was enriching, fulfilling, you know what I mean? So much appreciated to the brother. I'll say this, and I shared this with Shay, and I'm gonna share it in our Raw Alpha chat as well. But as it relates to goals, you know what I mean, this is all I got. This is all I got. You know what I mean? Well, this is all I'm gonna share, because again, I'm, you know, one shot for the game. No matter what your goal is for 22, no matter what it is, right? My encouragement to everybody is to consider that goal in this context. What are you willing to sacrifice or give up in order to accomplish or achieve in pursuit of that goal? You know what I mean? If, you know, for me in my life, you know, when this dropped in my spirit, as I was contemplating my own goals, you know, it was like, Lord, just, you know, what are you willing to sacrifice or give up, you know what I mean, to accomplish any one of these goals that you contemplating? It was like, wow, you know, when I look back over my life, I realized anything I've ever accomplished or achieved, it was, you know, and everybody's got their own way, their own method, their own plan to accomplish or achieve their goals. And that's all well and good. We got some very accomplished brothers, and you know what I'm saying? So whatever you're doing, if it works, run with it. But I know for me, when I look back, when I took inventory over my life after the Lord dropped that in my spirit, what I realized was that independent of any plan that I've ever had, anything I've ever achieved or ever accomplished was by way of sacrificing, you know what I mean, making a sacrifice towards, you know, that goal. I had to sacrifice something. I had to be willing to give up something in order to accomplish or achieve what it was, you know what I mean, that I and so I'll say for me this year, I'm willing to give up comfort, sleep. You know what I mean? You know, whatever it takes. But the overarching word for me that I'm willing to give up is comfort. I'm willing to get real uncomfortable this year in order to accomplish my goals. So, you know, I leave that with everybody. You know what I mean? Hope you have an amazing 2022. Ike, man, safe travels to you as you get ready to bid farewell to your father-in-law. Prayers and blessings and love and good vibes and energy to you, to Ezra, your family. You know what I'm saying? Her siblings, you know, his wife. You know what I mean? Everybody connected. You know what I mean? That's impacted by his loss. You know what I mean? Prayers up for y'all. You know what I mean? You know, prayers up for Kareem as he said he's embarking on 22 to be the healthiest version of himself. You know what I mean? Prayers up to you again, and Shay. You know what I mean? As you know, again are continuing the journey. You know what I mean? Towards being the best version, and as we all are. You know what I mean? Of ourselves. You know, just again many blessings. You know what I mean? To you all on this journey.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.
So hold on. Let me say, because our manager said, I think we need to normalize not having to sacrifice something we love, like, cherish, to get something that we want. I don't think I don't mean it from the standpoint of giving up something. You know, we have to give up one thing to gain another. But for instance, shout out to Dr. Nelms. You know, we appreciate you, sir. In the comments, we see you. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me say this too. Let me say this. I had a meeting last week. Tony Jordan, Mr. Tony Jordan himself. He was like, hey, bro, I didn't get a chance to comment. I was driving. Kareem, he said he called you. He said you ain't answering. He owed you back. Yeah, he owed you a call, so he said call him back. But he said he was watching the show. He'd be watching. He said I don't even get in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But just know I'm watching. So man, that blesses me. And again, shout out to our big brother. You know what I'm saying, Dr. Nelms. You know, and shout out to the amazing work that he's doing over at East High. You know what I mean? The upper school. You know, being the superintendent over there. You know what I mean? And the collaborative effort that they have going on with University of Rochester, and just the work that's being done on that campus. You know what I mean? It was on the receivers list before the collaboration with U of R, and I mean their graduation rates have gone up exponentially, since you know what I'm saying, you know, under his leadership. So again, shout out to Dr. Nelms.
And also shout out to that when that cookbook is coming out, man. Let us know, man. Definitely check out those dishes that you're preparing, and you know the bleaching is not at that level yet, but I'm trying to get there, bro. So you know, let me know when that cookbook is coming out.
So just real quick before we get off, in response to Deirdre, again, you know, normalizing not having to sacrifice or give up something. He said, let's get in the kitchen, Ike.
Yes, sir.
Not having to give up something or sacrifice something that we love, like, or cherish, to get something we want. I think we all have those areas in our life where there's things that, you know what I mean, we do that are, you know, so I'm not saying give up something you love or like or cherish. I'm saying those areas of that we all have that are maybe a little bit, frivolous. You know what I'm saying? Those frivolous areas in our life where, you know, if you watch TV, so for me, one of the things that I do is I'll get on my exercise bike and I'll turn on on TV. If I'm going to watch TV, how about I get on this exercise bike and make that productive time, not just sitting time. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you know, that's more so what I mean is finding those pockets of you know, of frivolous time that we have. You know what I mean? You know, more productive. And let me say this: if something that you love or like or cherish is standing in the way of the goals, you know, the Bible said this. He said, if my right hand caused me to sin, you know what I mean? He said, if my right eye. Now, I'm not telling nobody to go chop their hand off or pluck their eye.
That's not what he was saying. If he was using in parabolic language.
Exactly. Right? He said, if something is preventing you, you know what I mean? If something is that much of a monument in your life, you know what I mean? Then you know, is it is it really the goal? Is that really the goal for you? You know what I mean? Is it really? So for me, you know what I mean? I just encourage everybody to, pursue your goals. And I'm not saying, give up anything that you like or love. But what I am saying is that, be mindful that, you know what I mean? If you're going to pursue something, and it's going to be of significance, it's going to come with a sacrifice. Nothing of great significance that I've ever achieved. And again, I just think about, getting into Alpha. Listen, I had to sacrifice a whole lot, but believe me, this brotherhood was one of the best things that's ever happened in my life, and it was worth every bit of the sacrifice.
Because if you would have been a Sigma, man, like, I don't know.
I'm gonna say I have to add.
Dr. Nelms, when he get in the kitchen with him, just you can make that right. You know what I mean? Make that right when he get in the kitchen with you.
I'm about to say is one thing I gotta add to it very quickly, only for and this is for everybody. Don't get caught in semantics, but look at the overall picture of it, because what he's really saying is not about the sacrifice as much as this reframing the reward. So if you can reframe your reward rather than looking at the surrendering of something, then what you'll do is you replace the reward with something else. For every consequence, or for every action, there's a consequence. However, when we look at a positive consequence, we label it as a reward. When we look at it when we say negative or we say consequence, we automatically make the assumption of something negative. When in all actuality, everything has a consequence. There's an action and in a reaction. So what I feel like is when he uses sacrifice, is not he using it synonymously with basically saying replacing a reward, but in the same breath is ultimately saying that when I look at this, what do I desire more? Because I ain't gonna lie, I love cookies and cream ice cream. I love candy. And I also love waking up with a six-pack. What means more? That's basically, so now I need to replace the reward in my mind. And what I tell myself is, if I change this, then this will happen. If for then, you know what I mean? Like back to logic.
So yeah, I totally agree. You know what I mean? However we have to frame it in our mind in order to, you know what I mean, make that connection, you know what I mean, by all means do so. Because I think that is gonna be what allows us to really, you know what I mean, see breakthrough and as it relates to those goals that we have in our life. I wanna shout out my cousin Tamika Lanier. She's on here. I don't know if I didn't see, maybe Ezra's on here, you know what I mean? But again, I actually hope she's not, in the sense that, you know what I mean, enjoy your time away, enjoy your time with family, sis. If you are on, we appreciate you. We love you. We you know what I'm saying? Again, we are praying for you during this time. Shout out to my wife, you know what I mean? I didn't see her on, but again, this is, I'm not able to get on here, you know what I mean? If she not, see, I didn't have any walk-in visitors like, some of the brothers out here. But hey, shout out to KJ, you know what I mean, for making a guest appearance on the show. Shout out to sis Brandy. Let me say this, Brandy, we love you, and I appreciate you for loving my brother the way you do. She hit me up. She planned a whole surprise, you know what I mean, fellowship for my brother, and was like, I'm not even gonna be there. I just want him to have some time with y'all and get together, you know what I'm saying, and have a good time. So, that's the heart of a wife, man, and it blessed my whole heart that, you know what I mean, she did that, you know what I mean. So shout out to Brandy. Again, shout out to my backbone, you know what I mean, my wife Satoya. So we appreciate you, we love you. Our manager said, I understand what he was trying to say, but that's not what he said. How we word things is important. Good night. I mean, I agree. Smash the like button. You know what I mean? I stand by it. You know what I mean? We gonna have to give up something. We gonna have to sacrifice something. You know what I mean? In order to, you know what I mean? In order to get what we trying to attain in life. You know what I mean? And I think I gave it some good context, but however, like I said, however we got to frame it in our mind in order to make it work for us. You know what I mean? We appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? Listen, Smash that like button, share. You know what I mean? And next week we'll be on. We'll be talking. What we gonna be talking about next week? We talked about it last week. What we got? We talked about it, but it's, you know what I mean. Again, it's gonna be, whatever it is, it's gonna be. We talking about vulnerabilities. You know what I mean. We talked about vulnerabilities. You know what I mean. So we'll be talking next week about vulnerabilities. I had 2 people today, just today alone, talk to me about Bro Talk and kind of, the platform and being able to have spaces where we talk about issues that men experience and deal with. And I was like, yo, that's so crazy, because me and my frat brothers, we were just talking about discussing that on our next week's show, and that was before I was getting ready to get on here tonight. So, we and I encouraged him. To watch. I shared with him. I shared with him the link. He's not on Instagram, but he said he doesn't get on Facebook that often. But I shared it directly to his inbox. So you know what I mean. I'm gonna share this live directly to him. And, you know what I mean. People need the space. You know what I mean. And so we got on just hoping that it could be a help or use to somebody. But that's the goal. You know what I mean. So we're gonna be talking about vulnerabilities and things and difficult and uncomfortable kind of situations that we deal with and face, and we're looking forward to it. So we hope y'all, like, share, comment, you know what I mean, and come back.
All right. Be easy. Yo, bRho, for somebody that ain't speak for the first half of the show, man, you said a lot.